In today's video, I'm going to reveal a secret that will change the way you think about your income. It's called the 50/30/20 rule, and it's a simple and intuitive way to plan your budget according to three categories: needs, wants, and financial goals. The rule states that you should spend up to 50% of your after-tax income on needs and obligations that you must have or must do. The remaining half should be split up between 20% savings and debt repayment and 30% to everything else that you might want. Sounds easy, right? But why is this rule so powerful and effective? How can it help you manage your money better and achieve your financial goals? And what are the challenges and pitfalls that you need to avoid? That's what I'm going to show you in this video. I'll walk you through an example of how to apply the 50/30/20 rule to your own income, and I'll share some tips and resources that will help you make the most of it. But before we get into that, let me ask you a question. How do you currently allocate your income? Do you have a budget or a plan? Do you know how much you spend on your needs, wants, and financial goals? Do you feel satisfied and confident with your money decisions? If you're like most people, you probably don't have a clear answer to these questions. You may have a vague idea of where your money goes, but you don't have a system or a strategy that guides you. You may feel stressed, guilty, or overwhelmed by your money situation. You may struggle to save for the future, pay off your debt, or enjoy your life. If that's the case, don't worry. You're not alone, and you're not doomed. There is a way out, and it's simpler than you think. It's the 50/30/20 rule, and it can help you take control of your money and your life. So how does it work? Let's go through an example. Suppose you earn $4,000 per month after taxes. According to the 50/30/20 rule, you should allocate your income as follows. A 50% for needs, $2,000, and this includes things like rent, groceries, utilities, insurance, healthcare, and minimum debt payments. These are the expenses that you can't live without or are legally required to pay. A 30% for wants, $1,200, and this includes things like hobbies, vacations, dining out, entertainment, and shopping. These are the expenses that make your life more enjoyable and fun, but are not essential for survival. A 20% for financial goals, $800, and this includes things like saving for emergencies, retirement, education, or a down payment on a house. It also includes paying off any debt above the minimum payments, such as credit cards, student loans, or car loans. Of course, these percentages are not set in stone. You may need to adjust them based on your personal circumstances and preferences. For example, if you live in a high-cost area, you may need to spend more than 50% on your needs. Or, if you have a lot of debt, you may want to allocate more than 20% to your financial goals. The key is to find a balance that works for you and your situation. The 50/30/20 rule is a guideline, not a strict rule. You can use it as a starting point and tweak it as you go along. The 50/30/20 rule can help you manage your money better and achieve your financial goals. It can also help you avoid overspending on things that you don't need or value, and underspending on things that matter to you. But how do you know what matters to you? How do you decide what are your needs, wants, and financial goals? How do you track and monitor your spending and saving? How do you deal with unexpected expenses or income changes? For more finance and money-related video, comment your queries. I will get the information in your hand via this channel. These are some of the questions that you may have as you try to implement the 50/30/20 rule. And I'm here to help you answer them. I'll share with you some tips and resources that will make your budgeting process easier and more effective. For example, use a budgeting app or spreadsheet to track your income and expenses. Categorize your spending into needs, wants, and financial goals. Set smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound financial goals. Automate your savings and debt payments. Review and adjust your budget regularly. Celebrate your progress and reward yourself. I hope you learned how to allocate your income for better life by using 50-30-20 rule. But before you go, I have a question for you. How are you going to use the 50-30-20 rule for your budget? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you and learn from your insights. And if you have any doubts or questions about the 50-30-20 rule, feel free to ask them as well. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Subscribe and wait for next video.